gland sounds terrible. It sounds so terrible that we're just gonna. Oh my goodness, I'm having to click all these buttons. I don't know what's going on.
We're live.
Okay, what is going on? Oh, okay. Well, I can't go live on Twitter. That's fine. Elon and his goons will have to wait until next time.
It's time for Dents and Dreams, a painless dent repair podcast focusing on how you can use the fruits of this wonderful trade we call PDR to achieve your wildest dreams. I'm John Vidine, your friendly neighborhood dent reaper and host of Dents and Dreams. Now, let's get started.
What are we doing?
Let's get started indeed. I don't know. Cliff, you had your opportunity. You said you were going to introduce me. This is a terrible job. Terrible job. If you were paid, you'd be fired.
You went live when you weren't supposed to. There was no intro.
You didn't see the
We're
intro.
playing on Twitter there. Big Don Vidine.
Yeah, Twitter wasn't cooperating. It says you got to have a premium account to go live now. I don't know. You can't do it all. You can't do it all. It's the state of the Glue-nion. I figured, why wouldn't you dress up like the Don? And we've got, of course, Clif Rameden, who he dropped the ball, but we still love him. One of the best techs I've ever known. And of course, the real president of Glue-pole, I mean, the president of Keco, synonymous with Glue-pole repair, invented the term Glue-pole repair. Chris White, how are you doing, sir?
John, Cliff, I'm doing fantastic. It is 2024 is definitely the year of Glue-pole, and we're expecting to be nominated and elected to another term. So
yeah. Well, you got my vote. You got my vote.
Got my vote.
I'm thinking of putting a glue czar in the cabinet. Maybe you would consider it. I know you've got a lot of things taking you here, there, and everywhere across the world, but we could use a GPR czar.
I was lateral tension and all that stuff. Danny Hacker. I mean, he's doing amazing doing these seminars.
Yeah,
he's posting it all the time, and the stuff in the body shop, saving panels.
Danny's.
At the end of the day, it's better for the world.
Danny's incredible. I get on a plane tomorrow for Germany, but Danny's there now, actually, in Frankfurt. We've got the Automechanica show in Frankfurt that we're doing, and Danny arrived there like at 7 a.m. local time in Frankfurt and went straight over to the show to set up with Bart Gover, our Belgian distributor that's helping us manage that show. So anyway, things are good in Glue-pole repair this year. We're very, very thankful. But certainly, a guy that has a lot to do with it is Mr. Orange Hair himself there, John Vidine. So, yeah.
Well, come on. Let's not get too crazy. I mean, you guys have put in a ton of work and come out with a ton of amazing products, and I'm just happy that I got my little fingers clinched onto your coattails just before you took off and set sail. This is I'm very honored to have the opportunity to work with you guys. So it's been very good so far, and hopefully it continues that way. Oh,
it's been fun. Yep.
We got Josh Dragos. What up, Josh?
What's up, Josh? What's up, Corey?
And the PDR cowboy himself in here. He's doing all kinds of crazy repairs too. So you gotta love it. Gotta love it between the both of them.
He
Well,
is.
yeah.
Corey's doing a ton of stuff, isn't he? I mean, like he's been, heavily active on the scene, in the last few years. So, Corey's everywhere I go, I see Corey. I mean, he was at the PDR college thing, and he soaks up everything he can, and then keeps moving his game forward and his business forward. So, yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah. There's another.
Oh, and there's Christopher Allen.
Christopher Allen.
Allen.
Another amazing tech right there. Good guy, great friend.
Yeah. Oh, and Corey just got the
Oh.
Keco Tower.
Oh,
Let's
God bless
go.
you. Yeah, that's good.
James Bernard in the house. I don't think we're doing any giveaways, James. You're gonna have to get off the dole. That's not part of our administration's ideals. No freebies here, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, James. Gotta love you. Great tech, but always wins those contests. I always win in those contests.
Take him to Vegas sometime. God.
No doubt. Are you going to Vegas, James Bernard? That's a great question. We got Vegas coming up September 20th and 21st, I believe, is the show dates. And yeah, we could use a little luck. We could use a little luck on our side. So hopefully James is coming. Are you going to be in Vegas, Chris?
I thought that show was the week after. And so actually I'm going to be in Frankfurt this week. And then we've got a distributor in Switzerland. And so I'm going to spend a better part of the week in Switzerland with that distributor. And then my lovely wife, the first lady, is coming with me. And we are actually going to spend a little time looking around Switzerland. And so I regrettably will not be able to be at the show.
That's on the bucket list to Switzerland, so I don't blame you one bit.
Oh yeah, that would be gorgeous. And yeah, they did. They switched the dates on us. I don't know
when they switched it, but like it fell off my radar. I didn't really know that it switched by the time I'd already planned this. So I actually had it on my schedule and was planning on being there the following week. So if anybody wants to show up the week after, I'm free and open. Yes. So.
Love it,
Oklahoma?
Yeah. Oklahoma, Vegas, wherever you want to meet. Yeah. I'm available.
Love it. Yeah, that should be even without Chick Chris, we're gonna have a great time, and you'll be missed, but the show must go on. So
Hacker will be with me in Switzerland, and so he won't be there either, but Scott Staten will be there, and then my son Hayden will be there at in Vegas as well. So yeah,
love it.
Definitely be there.
We will cheers Scott and Hayden in Vegas, and yeah, it should be a great time. I know Sublime with Rome is playing for free on the street that night, and there's just, it's gonna be an awesome show. It probably will be smaller, obviously, than MTE or maybe even Auto Mechanica in Germany. I don't know much about that, but these smaller shows, you get opportunity to have more in-depth conversations and
a little more one-on-one with everybody.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to it for that. I was really looking forward to it for that reason. Yeah, because I think that those smaller shows like MTE is just crazy. You don't really get a chance to visit with people like you'd like to. So, and like Vegas last year, I missed. Danny and Scott did it, and I was intending on being there this year for that reason, not because it was going to be a massive show and they needed me, but just to be able to hang out and have some fun, right? Because we don't get a chance to do that much. It's just, there's too damn much work these days, right? So
it was a good time.
That's when you're the glue czar, you've got a lot of places to be and a lot of things to do. You can only make so many. But it looks like Corey Nichols will be in Vegas. We got Andy Patrick here. He says he'll be in our Orlando. I know he won't be in Vegas. Oh, we got Crystal Ellison, Pushing Metal. Metal Gear in the house. What up, Crystal?
Hey, Crystal.
And say hello to my fellow Dent nerd, Michael Gladwell, also of
Mike Gladwell,
RWO
what's happening,
fame.
buddy?
Hey, we are doing a Dent Nerds tomorrow night as well. That time is, I don't think, 100% figured out, but we're doing a Dent Nerds tomorrow as well. And Andy Patrick wants to say, get everybody prepped for Nashville. You better throw up the dates of that Nashville meetup at your shop again, Andy.
Yeah,
'Cause
when is that?
I don't want to be incorrect, but I do believe it is November 16th and 17th. I'm not 100% sure. We'll make sure on that.
I will be gone those dates, so I will not be attending.
Yes,
Well, I guess it looked to me like Corey didn't really care about any of the rest of us. Andy was just talking to Corey, basically. You know, what I mean, he's like trying to use this platform to be able to talk to Corey with.
Well, hey, that's fine by me. What you guys use and abuse me however you like. I did meet a couple nice ladies in Russia. That was not what I signed up for, and that's all we're gonna say.
How's the ear, by the way?
It's feeling better. As you can see, I've got a little Band-Aid on here, and just it's healing up nicely. I don't like people that miss. Missers are bad.
The ear bleeds a lot. So much blood.
So much blood. It's good blood. It's the best quality blood you could ever get, and it's people in Pittsburgh will have more fertile soil for it. What can you say? Let's see. Chris Allen says he's going to be in Texas, pushing hail and doing Keco trainings.
All right.
Nice. I didn't know you had Chris on board doing training. Actually, you know what? I did know that. I talked to him about that, but
I did not know that.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, how many guys do you got out there doing these trainings now?
I mean, I think there's around 10-ish, around the country. Yeah, somewhere around there. There could be, we've got 2 full-timers and then probably 8 to 10 part-timers helping us out around the country.
Yeah. I've talked to many of them, and all amazing techs and solid dudes. So good on you. You know how to pick them, Chris. We'll give you that.
We're thankful, to be able to align ourselves with so many good people. I mean, there's a ton of good people to choose from in the industry, right? I mean, like at the end of the day, there's just a lot of guys that really represent our industry well and can represent glue pull in the collision shop really well. So it's a good situation for us.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, there's
one.
Ryan.
Yeah, there's
Ryan
Ryan.
Campbell, one of my favorite guys. Sorry I didn't text you back, Ryan. Well, I'll get there. I was getting my hair ready, I had some things going on. We got Reed Anderson in the house too.
Reed, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah. So I don't want to be all full of myself, but part of the reason that we have this wonderful show tonight is to announce the launch of the reverse step skinny crease tabs. And this pack isn't opened, and I don't have a knife. There we go. I can use my tiny, strong hands to open it. But these babies, they've got a slight reverse step coming down off the base. So you're getting kind of a 2-for-1 crease tab, tiny amount of glue. Tiny amount of glue will get you a tiny skinny pull. You load it up, and you get double the pleasure. And
it pulls that hard center and the soft outside, the bank, up nice and easy.
Yeah.
I just used mine yesterday or day before, I think. Well, I've been using them for a bit now, but recently I just used them, and no, they pull amazing.
Yeah, I've been loving them. Been super happy with them.
Yeah, it was like when you first came with that concept, John. It's like we were playing a game of Uno, and like you're already winning, and then you lay the reverse card, and like oh my god, like you lay the reverse card, and then all of a sudden like now we've got the reverse step Dent Reaper. I mean, like it really is a cool tab to be able to reach down into the bottom, but then still grab the edge of the sidewall at the same time, right?
It's
So
a 2-in-1 tab.
it is.
And it's got the basically dead center technology, the solid plastic, like the clear one. So you get a nice good pull with it.
Yeah, that's well, I wouldn't call it dead center technology, but it does have the the wonderful Keco ice material.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Colored
the
gold
Keco ice
again.
is what I was saying. Not the softer pull. Got the more solid material like the Keco ices and
yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I've been loving them, and of course, golden color. We like things gold. Gold is my favorite
color of your
toilet in
skin,
Trump Tower. Yeah,
The next tab's gonna be an orange tab. I have a feeling.
we will see. We will see about that for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
I'm wearing gold tonight too.
gold tabs.
Didn't even plan that one, John. Wearing the Gold Reaper shirt.
You know what this reminds me of, John? You'll remember Brock Berkey that used to work for us.
Oh yeah.
And so when dead centers and dead center ice were just going nuts for some period of time, Brock was out in our plant and he was talking to production employees, and he had like a scoop of like dead center ice tabs, and he's like, listen, like, do you guys understand that these things are probably ounce for ounce more valuable than gold? And it's like, hey, Brock, you want him to like steal all of our inventory, or what are you trying to do, buddy?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
gold, right? So
the amount of dents you can fix with one of those tabs or one of these, they are more valuable than gold. If you know how to use it. If you know how to use it.
Yeah, you make more money than you would with a fraction of an ounce of gold, wouldn't you?
Yeah. The comments are ripping and roaring. Corey's in.
Yeah.
Andy Patrick says about time. Armaggio's in the house. More tabs. He's loving it. Yes, sir. Well, we're loving it. Everybody seems.
Heck yeah.
Definitely for the retail guys.
Yeah.
Great addition.
Oh yeah, I did give Ray some when we were at your place.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Andy Patrick coming with the ideal. Are these live on the website? I believe they are live. They're live at dentreaper.com. They're live at kecotabs.com. And I'm pretty sure they're live on A1. And I did talk with Vinny today. Should be pretty dang quick for Anson as well. So all your favorites, all the good ones. And yeah, hopefully more to come. We'll do our best. But yeah, great question, Andy.
All the tool guys are doing a fantastic job, but man, is Anson killing it, the last few years. I mean, like I'm really impressed with what Craig and Christina and Vinny and them are doing down there. They're really doing a fantastic job.
No, the addition of James Lee.
Yeah.
That X Factor light, I got it. John was here when it showed up. And one of my lights burned out. So I gave it a shot, called Vinny, and amazing light.
Yeah, beautiful light.
I would definitely buy another one. I'm even thinking about buying another one just to have one. That's fair. I love it.
Yeah. And Dragos is saying it's the Walmart. don't call it the Walmart of PDR. They do have everything in one place. We'll give you that. Well, you know, I'd call it like, you know, Bloomingdale's. Denting Dales. Well, yeah, we'll work on it.
It's high-end.
More like PDR Targets. Man, there you go. There you go. Yeah, but yeah, they got everything in one place, and it is very convenient. And you know, you got Biggs and Chris on the trucks coming out to the
all the time.
Saving the
every
hail
hailstorm
guys.
they're coming through. Great guys to deal with. Always let you know when they're coming.
Good people.
Gotta love it. Oh, here we got a golden mic winner from Dent Digest, Alex Kakulis in the house.
What's up, Alex?
You know, Alex, we've got to step up our game. Not all of us have golden mics. I do have golden tabs. We'd like to look into some of those. Beautiful golden hair. And yeah, it's whatever. I don't know. I'm running out of lines. I'm running out of lines here. Too much pressure in this ridiculous outfit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's loving golden tabs. So yeah, what else is new? I mean, we got these tabs. I'm loving them. I hope everybody else will too, and we will see. One thing I'll say, I wish
something new, but I think Chris has to announce it if we're talking new.
Yeah.
What? Well, yeah, we'll get to that. But I just wanted to say on these tabs, I made a mistake. I should have made these closer together in size. Like this longest one is really long. I did 15 mils in between sizes. So we'll have to see if people like them. I feel like the shorter ones are going to be a little bit more popular.
And the one after that is money. Yeah. That's my favorite one. That's the one I've used. Yep.
Those two are the two I've used the most as well. But, you live, you learn. But by the time I realized that, I think it was a little too late to redo the entire mold. So,
you can add inserts. You can add inserts.
Yeah, we'll add inserts and fill in. We'll fill in sizes as needed. We'll see what the demand is and make our determinations from there. But yeah, so moving on to bigger and better things. Is there anything that like you got new or maybe coming out that you would want to talk about? Or like if you just bang your head, you could probably think of something.
Yeah. So these hammers, there's a funny story behind these. Yeah. So honestly, I think, well, I don't think, I know. I was in the UK, and it's probably, going on 2 years ago now. And, in some of my trips to the UK, my wife comes with me. We kind of look around a little bit in different parts of the country, and I believe this might have been right when the Queen died, and we were at Windsor because my wife wanted to go see her grave, and I was walking in the morning, and checking my socials like I always do, and Kevin had put together a little hail kit. Of course, we have big glue pull repair systems for body shops, but Kevin Andrews, our UK director, had put together a little hail kit for a giveaway to go at a trade show, and he had put that Craftsman Vaughn hammer thing in with our system, and my head almost exploded, because everything in there was Keco except for that. And I was like, Kev, what are you doing? He said, mate, there's not a better hammer than that for what that thing does. And I said, well, you got two choices. We can either not sell a hell kit, or we can invent one that's better, right? And so anyway, we started to work on that. And so what you have in your hand, is, Kevin and our engineering staff and Danny's input and our entire staff's input on a hammer that does what maybe the most popular, hammer in PDR has been for the last however many years, but yet with removable tips, and different durometers of tips, right? And different striking surfaces, between the titanium here on this aluminum version, the leather here, right? And then we have a 12-inch or 8-inch version here. We have 12-inch versions. We have varying different tips, the ball end or whatever you might want to put on the end, right? So it's a truly modular type system within a hammer, right? That's one of the things that we do in our entire GPR system is we have a ton of modularity. And we thought, okay, well, why does that modularity have to be product to product to product? Why can't we create modularity within one product line? And something like hammers is something that is a category in and of itself. And so we have aluminum heads, we have stainless steel heads, we've got titanium heads. Over the course of time, we'll probably have Damascus steel heads, and then we have various different tips and various different striking surfaces. So and then of course we've got a plastic handle and a carbon fiber handle and different links and all those sort of things that we can put together to allow you to be able to, pick and choose what you want in a hammer, right? So anyway, we're pretty pumped about it.
And you have that with the old school Keco made it, the rectangle with the rubber cover, and then polished, and it's still one of the best crown tips that's ever been made.
Absolutely. Yep. Now that design is a design that Jonathan Van Fontaine helped us with years and years ago. But yeah, that particular design has been, I think the most popular design for your medium-sized crowns, being able to attack those things, right?
It's the first one. It's the first one that I ever had.
Yeah.
When I came back from Lithuania and I was doing big damage, that was like one of the very first tips that I had and bought and used it faithfully, lost it on the road and had to buy one back.
Right. Yeah. And fact is, even that tip will screw on this new hammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all work together. So yeah, it's pretty cool, in a category that's as crowded as hammers are, to be able to have something that's, new and innovative. It takes a lot of effort, but, I give it up to Kevin Andrews and Danny and our engineering staff to put together something that is, really, granted, there's always an element of old and new, but when you mix kind of old and new together, and just one of the things that I would call one of the mentors in my life is Sid Emmert, of Dentcraft. And one of the things that Sid used to say over and over again is winner by nose is still a winner, right? And so and you don't have to beat him by a mile. You just have to beat them by nose. And the fact is, you don't have to be night and day better always with every product. You just have to be a little bit. If you're a little bit better, then
it goes from glue to collision. Lot of what the lateral tension is, came from, is derived from, is the collision industry. Yep. But you're taking away steps, and every step you can take away, from grinding the paint down to metal to doing all that, doing glue instead of grinding and welding, you're making a better repair.
That's right.
At the end of the day, it's a better repair. Even if they have to put primer on it, even if they have to put a little bit of filler in it, glaze coat. But if you don't have to go down to the metal substrate and you can keep it on the surface, it's a better repair. It's a cleaner repair.
Yep.
Most definitely. And yeah, I mean, I'd say back to the designs and winner by a nose. I feel like every year more and more just, all these little things coming out. We got closer and closer races all the time with everything, and depends on everybody's methodology and what they like personally. But I mean, I really feel like just everything coming out now is just increasingly just a little bit better all the time, and it's really cool to see. And I would love to have my socks blown off by something that is just better by a mile, but it just seems like everything just keeps getting a little bit better along the way. And I don't know, I'm excited to see what we're at in 5 more years from now. But
yeah, that's right. I mean, like things like, talking about, again, winner by a nose, it's like, you think about that slide hammer that Matt Boyette made, right? I mean, like, you would think that there was no more innovation to be made in a slide hammer, right? And like, then he comes up with that. And, let's face it, that's a pricey slide hammer. I saw him in Milan, and like the first day in Milan, Italy, however many of those he's brought, he sold them all.
Sold them all, yeah. I believe
whatever it was.
It was a whole next level of slide hammers.
Speaking of which, his co-host, I don't know if you knew this, Chris. I'm sure you did, because you're pretty much on the ball. But him and James Ricci are now doing the Dent Slayer podcast. So everybody keep your eyes and ears peeled for that.
I've seen I watched a little bit of the first one, and being we're on Matt Boyette, wish him a happy birthday. It was his birthday today or yesterday.
Oh, it was today. I did see that. Yeah, I saw that.
So happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to the Slayer.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get you on my cabinet as well. I've got some slaying to do here in November. We'll just put it
Mr. Trump, Mr. Presidente, he is the reigning tool person of the year. Might be somebody more on the cabinet.
This is true. I've looked at the nominees for this year, and there is why can't I think of Chris's last name? Chris from A1 has been nominated, and
he definitely should be.
He's got my vote.
That guy's been behind the scenes and builds for everybody, and I got to actually go down there, and he took me back and was showing me how he builds tools, and his book that he has all, everything in. It's crazy what that guy has in his mind. And he goes over and he's an old school metal guy. And it is unreal to watch that guy build tools. It's amazing. And I watch Kaz do it. And Kaz is another one that is absolutely amazing to watch him build tools.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, look at this. Gregory says that he's having a Keco training at his shop tomorrow. He's super excited.
All right.
Nice.
Must be who's doing that for you? Do you know?
He's in Iowa.
Okay. Might be Mike Mack. Could be one of our ambassadors. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll go well no matter what, right? So yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, definitely.
Now when I was in Milan, the fact is my wife didn't come with me that time. None of my Keco buddies came with me, and I went to dinner one night, and Matt Boyette and his wife came in, and so then they sat down with me, and honestly, like that little show we had in Milan, my favorite time of that show was just hanging out with Matt and his wife, because I'm telling you, they're good people. I mean, just
definitely
really good people. So I'm highly impressed with the his ability as a dent guy, his ability to invent and create tools, but I'm even more impressed with the character of the man. So I'm
absolutely. And if you get to meet his kids too, they're usually at the A1 booth at MTE, and that's a solid unit. The Boyette unit is
he let you meet his kids, John?
well, he didn't have a choice.
Hey,
we're both at the A1
talking
booth.
to Joe Biden here, damn it.
Yeah.
He's the one around him.
I'm not a hair sniffer.
Yeah.
There's no sniffing. But good people all the way around. It's really cool to see, and it's been 2 or 3 years now. They just keep upping their game every year.
Two years ago, I got that was the first time I worked with Matt in booth down in Orlando, and his kids were there. And Matt was Matt's an awesome guy. Love the guy. Can't say enough about him. Just like a lot of people in the industry.
Oh yeah. We're lucky. We're lucky for dang sure. And I just happy to see our industry grow as a whole, and it's fun for sure. When all said and done, how many different versions of this hammer are available? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, it's like, that is a statistics problem. It's like whatever permutations, factorials, all that kind of stuff, right? Because there's a bunch of different shafts, there's a bunch of different ends, there's a bunch of different heads, there's a bunch of different tips, right? So it's almost unlimited. Now, we put a few together. We put a few together on the website, but what we'd love to see is for guys to come look at all the pieces, at trade shows and otherwise, and just build what they want, right? That's really what makes the most sense to me, because everybody has, feel is just a little bit different for every person, and feel is really what defines a great hammer for people, right? Yes, you need the tips to do certain jobs, and you need to change up the feel from time to time. If it's aluminum versus steel versus high strength steel, you've got to be able to change up the strike a little bit, right? Anyway, it's definitely something that has a tremendous amount of flexibility and modularity, which is what we like to see in the products that we develop.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't agree more. I can imagine playing at the Keco booth and creating another version. But I mean, the one I got, just going off the side, I know I normally like a heavier hammer with these bigger, softer tips. So I got the steel head with the leather striker, but excited to use it. I've only had it here for a couple days, but
what are the lengths of it? What's the length of it right now?
8, 12, 16 for the shafts.
Yep. 8, 12, and 16. Yep.
And mine's a 12, so
I might have to get the 16, because I have an old hammer. I don't even think it's made anymore. It's an 18-inch, and that's the one I have set up for doing like all my crown work and stuff. So I have to buy the 16-inch and
give it a shot there, Clif. Give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can always add the 12-incher in there too if you need it.
Yeah. If I was shopping our website and I wasn't sure, heck, I'd take advantage. You think about the idea of like people like Zappos and tennis shoes and such, where it's like, hey, if you're not sure about two different sizes, just buy them both and then just ship them back, right? I mean, because we'll take them back, and so like if I was not sure exactly whether I wanted stainless steel or aluminum or what length, hell, I'd just buy them both, and I'd buy all that, and then I'd just send them, I'd feel it, and then I'd just send back the ones I didn't want, right? I mean,
Well,
like
most people know
that's
what
really
they
what we're
like,
trying to
and you can
create.
adjust your hit. So if you like a heavier hammer, go with the stainless steel.
Yep.
If you like a lighter hammer, go with it all depends on what you're using it for too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you're blending a rail, a lot of times, a lot of guys like a lighter hammer, depending on what part of it you're blending. Some guys like a heavier hammer. It's kind of depends on the damage.
Yep.
So you'll use them both.
That's right.
At some point in time, they're going to come into play.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Without a doubt.
Right. Well, Schmidt says he's on it too, so you should see his order coming through any minute now. And,
yeah, I can't do it right now because I'm on. I'll get kicked off.
Yep. And then Matt Moore in the house. Matt Moore in the house.
Not Matt,
though. Like,
another PDR icon, Matt Moore. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I don't want Matt coming to my booth because all he's going to do is try to Jew me down on my hammer like he did the K-bar like freaking 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, it's like I bet Matt came to my booth. I didn't know Matt, but I bet he came to my booth like 8 times in 2 days, really trying to talk me up, really trying to talk about how much, he was now that I look back on it, he was being, classic, typical Matt Moore of developing a relationship. And at the end of the day, it's like, hey, Matt, fine. Whatever you want to pay, just pay it and let me move on to the next customer.
Okay, now you gotta take credit for where he's at now, because look where he's at now.
That's right. That's right. Worked. There he is.
Yeah. If he didn't come into your booth demanding lower prices, he never would have built a PDR empire. Without your tools, his empire is nothing. If you would have put the proper embargoes in place, the Easy Dent empire would be a shell of itself. And he's got you to thank for it. He probably owes you a couple dividend checks.
He owes it all to me. That's it. Thank me, Matt Moore.
Sorry, Matt. I had to throw it out there.
Wow, it's probably not the first underside of a bus Matt Moore has seen, and not because he's rust proofing it.
No, but he's a stud though. Like, golly, he's I'm thankful to call him a friend, and he's absolutely a leader in the industry. But it makes me laugh because I knew him before he wasn't, right?
Right. Oh yeah. And if you get a chance to go to an event that Matt Moore is either hosting or speaking at, I would tell you to jump at it, because the amount of knowledge that comes out of that guy's face is if you get a chance to talk to him, definitely take it. Yeah, he's a smart guy, and all jokes aside, he didn't build that empire solely on the back of Chris giving him cheap tools.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Few people know that I'm just going to tell the world, or actually however many people are listening to you right now, John and Clif.
There's three. There's three.
Yeah, there's
I want to know there's three.
There's 4. It's us 3 and Matt Moore.
Listen, I was chasing Matt for years. Like, honestly, I tried to get him years before Danny worked for me. I was trying to hire Matt, so like he did make a strong impact on me. And, the matter of fact, by the time I got ready to offer him a job, Matt had just opened his own shop. And when I called him, he was like, "Oh, I just opened my own shop. I can't," and anyway, he said, look, I can't travel that much. I've got, I'm opening this shop. I got to see it through. But anyway, that's how far back me and Matt go. And so I've been watching him, and whether I give him a hard time or not, I'm like his biggest fan. So he's a stud.
Yeah, no doubt.
Whether it comes to pushing or the business side of it, he's, right there with the upper echelon. You got your, I don't know, the guys that come to mind when it comes to business and pushing. You got Shane Jacks, you got Keith Costantino, all these guys that are, the innovators of the industry that, like me, young guys look up to that are young in the business, and you watch that stuff and how they've developed. And there's more of them than just
a lot of
who
those
I named,
guys.
but,
Yeah, all made huge impacts on me personally.
Don Kavanaugh up in Minnesota. You got, there's just so many, you can't name them all.
That's right.
Yep. Well, and that's, I don't know. Maybe you know more than Cliff and I. I don't pay attention as much to the collision side of it, but with the Smash Masters coming out now with Stefan Eschy and Nick Priest, and I don't know if I know there is a couple of other collision style podcasts and stuff like that, but I don't know. Do you think the collision side is starting to, or maybe they're always have been at the same level with all the guys out here, trying to share advice? And
I would say it's very different. That's my opinion, is that like most of the podcasts on the collision side are more geared to the business owner, and the business owner in a collision shop is typically not the technician. Whereas in PDR, it's the technician is also the business owner. And so, that, I still have a small business. Keco is still a small business. And so I love the idea of being both. I'm not a technician, but like I still love the idea of being hands-on and being a business owner. And so there's some things that I really love about the PDR industry and all the podcasts and that, because it is the guys that are making the business decisions are also the guys fixing the dents. And so that's a short path to understanding, what tools work, what business models work, right? And so I'm not saying that in a collision shop that the owner and the technician can't be in sync, but typically they're different people. And so therefore, it is, it takes a coordinated effort for them to be in sync. But in PDR, you got, many times the same person, that it's the business owner and the technician. And so, that idea of wearing multiple hats and, doing what you need to do to make a business work, it just speaks to my heart, because that's where I come from. And, quite honestly, that's where we still are.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Makes tons of sense. Yeah. And I can't imagine buying tools without actually
Dent repair.
Hola, pinches. Good to see you too, Q. Yeah, I keep telling Q he needs to do Socobollos and Sueñas, which would be Dents and Dreams in Espanol. I think that would be a solid podcast.
There's another guy that has a great business, been in the industry a long time, great tech, one of the innovators. Guy I look up to.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. I've learned a ton from Q over my career, and
he's one that will
muchas gracias, Q,
doing to talk to you and help you if you need it.
Yep. Yeah, he's always just been a good guy in that way. So, yeah, if you see Q at the shows, hit him up, talk to him, let him know. What do you got behind you, Chris? What's going on back there?
Well, so this is we just moved into a new house a few months ago, and this is my basement, and like that's my bar basically behind me.
Nice.
I was trying to decide whether I wanted to have a drink and walk away from you guys for a minute, and then over here is where my TV for game watching and things like that is. So anyway, yeah. So
Hey, John, I'm not going to your place.
I've never
now.
had a basement
I want a
before.
bedroom at his place. His bar is a lot more filled than yours.
Yeah. You got me beat.
Well,
Luna.
I don't. I need to work on drinking more of mine. It's more like for looks more than actually consumption. So
Well, you know what? I normally don't do this, but if you need a hand with drinking, you got my number.
I usually don't offer myself out like this, but I can come down for a weekend and
let's do it, Cliff.
Me and John can give you a training course on that. We don't.
Hey.
I mean, the price is the price.
Yeah.
We don't argue that. We don't talk about it online. But me and John are actually certified drinkers, and we will come and teach you.
You know what, Cliff? I think we just invented our next venture.
We're done pushing
this is genius.
I'm gonna get on the liver transplant right now, and we're good.
Get on the list. Get on the list. Yeah, you'll never get one as good as yours. You already got the upgraded version, bud. Can't complain on that. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah. So we'll be putting those to work in Vegas. Are you going to Vegas, Cliff? You've been like waffling. Have you figured it out yet?
I got too much work here with hail and shit and everything else lined up, and then me and the new wife are going to Belize in November. So
nice.
Belize. She's here with me right now. Come on here, babe.
Oh,
she's embarrassed. She don't want to go on live.
Yeah, Sally doesn't like to come on the podcast either. She did sneak behind. I think the only one who noticed was Brandon Schmitz. But she snuck in here to grab the leaf blower for, I don't know. I think it's dark outside. I don't know what she's doing with that.
Yeah. I didn't see her
dark out yet.
Yeah. She's a ninja. She can get in and out of here. She knows where the camera's pointed. Yeah, Gregory's offering his services to help too. So hopefully you're coming to Vegas as well. Oh, what's going on? Kale's in here. Yes. You thought it only hit my ear. The ear bone's connected to the eye bone, okay?
That's a bit of a song, I think. The ear bone's connected to the eye bone.
Yeah, We'll figure it out. But yeah, I got to be able to read the comments. But yeah, it would look better if I just did it without the glasses. You can do the squinty eyes. I thought about painting my face orange, but I think we already went far enough. We're already over the line.
You got my vote, John. Damn it.
What the fuck? Matt Moore said he thought it was Harry Potter night. What's the dumb little redhead? What's his name? Come on. Somebody help me out. I forget his name.
I've never watched it either.
I watched it. We read all those books to my daughter.
John, you never watched one movie that I know of in your life without falling asleep. How many times do you have to watch it?
This is a terrible, terrible way to describe my movie watching. Oh, there it is. Ron Weasley. He's a weasel. He's not me. Okay? Yeah. But yeah, I see what you're saying. You're not all wrong, Matt. And now that you said that, you ruined it for me. I was feeling pretty damn good about myself until I turned into Ron Weasley.
God damn it, Chris White did fucking build your empire.
Yep, I take every
We
nice
were
thing I
backing
said
ya.
back. Don't believe Matt Moore for a second.
There wasn't Chris White, he wouldn't be here. God dang it.
Oh god.
Oh, hilarious. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Well, I'm bummed I won't see you in Vegas, Chris, but
I'd love to fly to
Orlando for
Switzerland and
sure,
see
I
ya.
would assume. Orlando for sure.
Orlando for sure, but like, why don't you come to SEMA, John? I mean, it's time to step up your game and come to SEMA.
I could maybe go to SEMA. When is SEMA?
It's that first full week in November. I think it starts, I don't know, it's like the 3rd or something, so I don't know, look at the calendar. I can look at the calendar, but like, yeah, it's
Damn it,
somewhere
we
around
can't go to that one either.
Yeah. What's that?
Too close to fly out. I can't go to that one either. It's too close to fly out time for Bleeze.
It starts the 4th of November, the 4th through the 8th. So
All right.
you should come.
I'll have to talk to the wifey here, and I'm gonna have to get my permission slip signed by Melania. She doesn't like me going to Vegas. But yeah, no, now that you called me out on the spot on the internet for
Why not?
sevens of people to see.
SEMA would be cool to see.
Yeah, no, I would like to go to SEMA, but yeah, we can work on that. We can work on that. You know what would really help me to go to SEMA?
What's that?
If people would go on to dentreaper.com and buy some golden crease tabs. Shameless plug. It is what it is. But yeah. I mean,
when you're trying to get votes, you got to do what you got to do there, El Presidente.
Yeah. Can't forget to ask for their vote. That's right.
Yep. Important to go out and vote. It's important to go get your tabs. If you don't buy tabs, it's pretty much a guarantee Kamala's going to win and your life's over. Let's just face it. Don't let it happen, people. Don't let it happen. Buy the tabs. Yeah, but I do think you'll like them. So I like them a lot, and I'm excited to hear everybody's feedback. Obviously, we've had the tester tabs out there and gotten a lot of good feedback so far. So
I endorse this product.
Well, much appreciated. I mean, it was made by a redheaded idiot wizard named Ron Weasley. So,
hey, you know what? I'll still tell anybody the hardest pulling tabs on the market right now are the original, like, crease killers. The purple one.
Oh, the purple crease tabs, yeah.
The mid ones are probably my favorite. I use them on hail. I was talking to Rick Hammer, and he had a dent on a rail on an F-150 aluminum, and he's like, I can't get this thing to move. He said, I've tried everything. I said, put a Reaper crease tab on it. Called me back. He's like, holy shit, man. That was money. That'll get it moving. Once you get it moving, you're good.
Yeah. Those suckers.
There's something to
that.
Like when you have a really deep round dent, there's almost no way that you can get a round tab to get down into that bottom, but you can get a crease tab, in half of it, say, and then give the high spots an opportunity to be able to move, to be uncovered, right? And so there is no doubt that those really deep, hard shots, in these deep, hard hail shots, need to be attacked with a crease tab when you can't get them with anything else. No,
And those Dent Reaper crease tabs, they pull harder, and I still think to this day they're the hardest pulling tabs in the market, bar none.
I do know that, like, on my Ram 1500 pickup, I might have told this to John, but like, I was going out to my deer lease. I say lease, but I own it. But anyway, I was going out there, and I had a feeder in the back, and in the back of the truck, and the lid came off the feeder and like karate chopped the back of the tailgate, and I had this super deep, sharp dent. And it just so happened, I mean, it's not like I fixed dents, but it just so happened that like your crease tabs were fresh off the press, and I had one, and I thought, let me put it on here and see what happens. And damned if it didn't pull the center of that thing and break paint and like the whole deal, right? I mean, like, I was like, holy crap, like this thing really does pull extremely well, right?
Yeah. Well,
there's no doubt that they're
Chrysler paint used to be all American. Now Chrysler paint sucks. It's very brittle. Everybody knows.
It is brittle, isn't it? Yeah. Chrysler paint's really brittle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a dream if you can push it, because the orange peel is so huge, but glue pulling it is
I don't even know how I painted for 26 years. I don't know how you can get orange peel to lay out like that without a chutes gun. It's almost like they paint it, run it down the highway while it's still wet. It's like, how do you get the orange peel that shitty? I love it doing PDR.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's especially on a wholesale gig. Ooh, you can get into a Dodge dealership. You're burning through cars quick. Gotta love it. All right. Well, we're over an hour. I don't know if anybody has anything else that they need to add, or did we forget anything new and exciting coming from Keco that you're able to talk about, other than a hammer that takes a special algorithm to figure out how many versions there are?
you know, there's always stuff in the pipeline. You know, we've got stuff within the last couple months that are we've got our own version of the tower, the K tower that pivots, that Corey said he already bought his, and it's a really good product. And then we have our quick stick, which is really kind of a repurposed K stick, with a vacuum bottom, so all that kind of stuff is really making a huge impact. And we at SEMA will release a new system that encompasses, some of these new products, the hammers, the knockdowns, the towers, and then the quick stick and stuff. So anyway, we're always working on new stuff. We've even got some tabs in the works and different things, but there's it's a continued innovation project, I'd say, because the cool thing is that there's a bunch of people now making cool products out there, for glue pull. When a number of years ago, it felt like there wasn't that many people creating glue pull products like we were, but today, gosh, there's so many people that are creating tons of new glue pull products, and so it just makes us want to work harder at Keco too. So we appreciate the
competition is the best thing for the industry.
That's right, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Yeah, so
definitely, yep. And that's, I keep saying, you can stop and look over your shoulder every once in a while, but you got to keep the eye forward and keep thinking and just try to make it better.
That's right.
Keep trying to make it better.
That's what we do.
Let's go back to the old PDR college days. Shane Jacks, get better. and
Yep.
that's the beauty of it. So
Good.
I'm excited to see what everybody else comes up with, and I also hope that I can get my stuff off the ground too, and we will see what happens. Okay, first of all, this is a Coors Light. As you can see, my tiny hands can barely grip it. It's not a Bud Light. Never. No Bud Light. Thank you. Thank you for asking, Kale.
No White Claw to vape for the president.
That's funny.
We're smoking American spirits. American. Everything's American. All right. Yeah, I think that's devolved. We've fully devolved all the way. Oh,
Awesome.
Stefan said he tried one of the new tabs today. Well, I
Very
hope to hear your feedback soon, sir. But what time is Smash Masters tomorrow, Stefan? Because we're doing a Dent Nerds, and I don't want to step on you. But yeah, other than that, life is good. Life is good. Competition is good. New tools coming out are good. I love the new hammer. I love the new tabs. I hope everybody else does too. And we will see how it goes. And I'm excited to see everyone in Vegas. If you're not in Vegas, I'll probably see you in Nashville or Orlando or maybe now SEMA.
Yep. Come on.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. And Stefan says 8 p.m. Eastern. Uh-oh.
7 p.m.
And Matt Boyette says, "Don't forget me, Chris." What?
I won't.
Uh-oh.
Matt, I'm sorry. I mean, I leave for Germany tomorrow. I'm coming back. When I come back, I'm coming to see you, no doubt.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who else is excited about that? Anyway, just me?
Feeling something's gonna be in the works there.
There could be very exciting things happening. There's sometimes rumors appear right in front of your eyes. Should be good. It looks like Stefan actually got his new hammer today, and that is cool as well. But we won't go back to the other thing. No pressure on anyone there. But it better be amazing. It better be tremendous. So tremendous.
Oh, God.
So tremendous that it's worth ending a show over. That's how we're going to end it, with everyone wondering. Are Melania's... How does it go?
Just wanted to thank you for listening to another episode of Dents and Dreams. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or complaints, I can be reached at Dent Reaper across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the Dents and Dreams Facebook group and or YouTube channel, because that's where it'll happen if and when we go live. Thanks again.